Fortunately for us creative folk, we're also Jedi-focused, athlete-driven, and utter masters of productivity, able to create endlessly and on demand. We get shit done before we've even started our pre-breakfast meditation. We slay dragons. No? Just me? Okay, who am I kidding? Creative people, myself included, suck at enforced productivity and being creative when we don't feel like it. We excel in freedom and spontaneity and feel shackled by routine and deadlines. Many of us believe that we'll create when we feel inspired. When ideas come, we'll grab them there and then and create something beautiful out of them. The problem is that many of us have full-time jobs, projects, client briefs that limit our ability to just grab a guitar and create whenever inspiration comes. In fact, it's often those same things that limit inspiration coming in the first place. So what can we do when those creative juices have begun to retreat? These days, a mere dribble of their former glory. Maybe you have the music and production skills, but just aren't that terrific at generating ideas. Or perhaps like many of us post-global pandemic, your kitchen table or local hill just don't spark the imagination like those far-flung travel destinations used to. Finding and nurturing creativity can be hard, especially when we're busy. But like any muscle, the creative mind needs to be exercised and well-nourished. And like any fitness plan, the fit, sculpted creative needs to know when to rest, when to go hard, what muscle groups to work, and how to feed them. So here are 5 tips to get those creative juices flowing once more. Number 1, go for a walk. Raymond I. O.D. Myers said, if you seek creative ideas, go walking. Angels whisper to a man when he goes for a walk. People don't move enough anymore. There are well-evidenced links between physical activity outdoors and mental health, well-being and productivity. Even if it's just 10 minutes at the start of the day, try going for a stroll and giving your head a little space. I'd also urge you to leave your headphones at home and just be comfortable in your own company. Yes, there's definitely an argument to use that time to cram in podcasts and audiobooks to feed your inspiration, but you need to carve out a little time in the day for your mind to wander. Angels won't whisper to you unless you can hear them. Number 2, make a plan. According to Thomas Edison, good fortune is what happens when opportunity meets with planning. There's not a chance you could run a marathon next weekend unless you've trained strategically for it. For some people, having the goal in place increases the odds of them getting into shape. For others, just being hench is reason enough to train. But the common thread is that these people never achieve fitness without having a solid training plan in place. Carve out time to read, journal, fill up the experience tank, and give yourself permission to procrastinate. Literally put it in the diary. 8 till 8:15 walking, 2 till 2:10 doodling. Schedule time without your phone. People watch when you're drinking coffee. Plan out what books you're going to read this year. And if it helps, write down a reason to be creatively fit. Commit to a project, album, start on a YouTube channel. Put a target date on it and start working those quads. Number 3, wake up before your editor. Now there's a whole myriad of wisdom peddled by successful early risers and thought leaders on this. And I'm certainly not here to shout about seizing the day early and getting up before the world awakes. Some people are morning people, others are at their most creative as the clock strikes midnight. That's just the way it is. But there is wisdom to be found in getting some creativity in before your internal editor has knocked back his or her first cup of joe. You see, we all have an editor within, pointing out what won't work, what sounds bad, what needs cutting. This is a good thing when we have a great piece of work that just needs refining and slicing to leave only the good stuff. But our editor is a backseat driver who rarely shuts up. To beat him, as soon as you wake up, start scribbling ideas and plotting whatever the hell you like. Before we've fully woken up, our brains are unable to make critical decisions, and it's the creative nonsense that has its moment in the sun. It'll likely be awful, but there'll be some gems in there too. Number 4, capture field notes. I never have writer's block. I have an incredible superpower that enables me to generate a finished article every single time I sit and write a song. I guess it's God-given. Psst, it's not a superpower. It's the voice memo app on my phone. Okay, I'll come clean. If I sit down in front of a blank page, I start to sweat. I actually find it excruciatingly painful to come up with creative ideas on demand, and have been known to stare wide-eyed at an empty Word doc for 4 hours before summoning up the willpower to even write a title. But on my morning walk, little ideas often poke their heads out from behind hedges. Some ideas come to me while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, putting fuel in my car, writing down minutes for a team meeting, and if I don't capture them ASAP, they're gone. I mainly use my voice memo app, but I'll also jot down ideas into a notepad when talking into my phone might look odd. Many of these hummed melodies, thoughts and ramblings will never see the light of day. But whenever I sit down to write a song, I dig into my voice memos app and simply pick whichever idea I fancy putting legs on. I never have writer's block. Number 5, change stuff around. Albert Einstein famously said, "The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results." So lastly, if your chicken korma just ain't passing the taste test, it's probably time to rearrange your spice rack. We've spoken about making a plan, waking up early, going for a walk and using tools to capture ideas. But the only constant in the universe that ensures growth is change. Maybe it's time to try something new. Sometimes just the smallest of changes, like a fresh haircut, can be enough to spark that creative fire. Other times the change has to be bigger. New job, new direction, new city. If you're a songwriter, something like photography might give you a new creative energy that finds its way back into your songs. Or trying your hand at a new language might be the special sauce you've been craving. Have a go at switching things up a bit and see what you come up with. There you go, folks. We all need a little inspiration from time to time. I hope some of these ideas might just spark those rusty pistons. Who knows where the old runner may take you? Let me know if you have any tips on getting out of a creative rut. And if you found any of this helpful, then please consider gently tapping that like button. Subscribe if you will, and I will see you in the next video.